Welcome back to the Power and the Glory. Today we're going to have a look at the first verse of Psalm 127. I'll read the short scripture first and then we'll get into its meaning. Unless the Lord builds the house, those who build it labor in vain. Now this is largely attributed to King Solomon and reflects on the theme of divine providence and the necessity of God's guidance in all aspects of life. So let's get into this in a little bit more detail. Human effort, however great, may not be enough. That's what the verse is showing us. It shows us that in spite of hard work and application, the end result may end in failure and probably will. It takes God's involvement if we want a worthwhile and enduring achievement. What else can we learn? Well, we can learn that God's power is unmatched. The verse emphasizes the fact that God is ultimately in control and we should align our plans with His will rather than our own. The verse shows that we should depend on God. The message is that we must have full reliance on God's guidance and strength in every aspect of our life, including work, family, and community, if we're going to achieve a successful result in our lives. It shows that the house is a metaphor, not just for a constructed building, but for all our human efforts and endeavors. The house in the verse can be interpreted as any human endeavor or activity, including relationships, including career, business, and even the building of a family or a community. The verse also shows us that nothing works without God. Work is futile. If you don't have God's involvement, even superficially successful achievements ultimately will prove meaningless and unfulfilling. So in summary, the inference here is that if we want God's blessing, we should seek His guidance and involvement in absolutely everything we do, even before we start, because only God's involvement with projects are going to underwrite their success.